All right, so for a question like this, it's asking what value of m will make our function that we have here continuous. And so just to remember, a continuous function, continuous piecewise function means that there's going to be no jumps or breaks in it. So for example, we see it's a 6x minus 4, so we know it's going to be a positive slope. And then somewhere at some point, there's going to be a point here where they connect, and we're going to have my negative slope afterwards. I know it's going to be negative because I have a negative in front of my m. So let's go ahead and think, how am I going to figure this out? Again, our key focus here is going to be on this point which they share. We don't know exactly what that point is yet, but we know that point is going to be located at x is equal to 3 because we have one x is less than 3 and x is greater than or equal to 3. So at that point, we're filling the gap and we'll go ahead and have an empty gap. And that point, we're going to go ahead and solve for. Now we can only get that point by plugging 3 into our first subfunction. So I'll go ahead and plug 3 into my subfunction here. I will do 6 times 3 minus 4. I go ahead and simplify that. So that will give me 18 minus 4, which would be equal to 14. So, oops. I know that the point that they share is going to be the point 3 comma 14. And so now that I know this is the point which these two subfunctions are going to share, I can go ahead and set my second subfunction equal to that. So I will have my y this time, which is equal to, we know it's going to be equal to 14 because again, that's the y value it's going to share. So I'll have 14 is going to be equal to negative m, we don't know what that is yet, times whatever my slope is here, not my slope is, whatever my x value is here, 3, because again, that's the x value they share, plus 38, and that 38 is the part that's already given to me. Now I can just go ahead and work backwards and solve for m. So I'm just going to rewrite this actually as 14 equals negative 3m plus 38. I didn't really change anything here. I just went ahead and switched around where my 3 and my m were to make it look a little bit more like what we usually see. So I go ahead and subtract 38 from both sides. I go ahead and do that, and I get negative 24 is equal to negative 3m. And then I go ahead and divide both sides by a negative 3. So that means m is going to be equal to a positive 8. So just to recap everything, in order for these two subfunctions to be a continuous piecewise function altogether, at x is less than and x is greater than or equal to 3, my second subfunction will have to have an m that is equal to 8, because when I go ahead and plug that back in, we see both these points share that same m, or share that same value, and that's how we go ahead and solve a question like that.